Hey guys, welcome to Baby Driver in Hindsight. So this is another film from Edgar Wright, who previously did Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, The World's End, and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. And if you've seen any of those films, you sort of know that they all have this very specific style to them. They're very kind of unique movies, and this film is no exception. I think this film is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and it has a style and has sort of a... just the way it moves along, it's so interesting. It's so different from anything else I've seen in a long time, that's for sure. So obviously I'll start with that style. It's, you know, the music in this film is a character, essentially. It's just integrated into every kind of aspect of it. It's always either mentioned or it's at the forefront because someone's singing or dancing. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like a musical, but you know, they're always interacting with the music. It's always playing. It usually fits the scenes really well. Sometimes it's a little on the nose, but I mean, I think that is intentional in terms of how they're doing it. And it never really felt out of place. It's more central to this film than something like Guardians of the Galaxy. So if you've seen that, you know how important the music is to this film. I think that's really well done here. This film also balances sort of a weird tightrope walk because it somehow manages to be kind of lighthearted with a lot of the music and with the character of Baby, played by Ansel Elgort, who does a great job here. There's a couple opening sequences where he's kind of dancing and like singing along, and like he was a bit over animated, and I wondered if it was going to be that for the entire movie, and I found it a little bit irritating, but it's not like that for the entire movie, and when it does show up later, it kind of fits, and I actually really got to like this character. So he's our titular character, Baby. He's kind of lighthearted as well. We have the character of Deborah, played by Lily James. That's sort of his love interest. She's very sweet. Their romance is very kind of nice. It's sort of a whirlwind type of romance, but it's a very kind of sweet interaction, and you know, all that is very lighthearted, very fun. But then we get that kind of counterbalance with this kind of dark violence and like language and you know, just dialogue from the characters of, you know, Kevin Spacey, John Hamm, and Jamie Foxx in this film, who play sort of not really the villains, but they're people Baby works for, but he doesn't really, or works with, but doesn't really want to be working with them, and he's kind of trying to get away from that life. So it's got a very hard edge balance with a very lighthearted tone in a lot of ways, and I think in 9 out of 10 films it would not have felt like they came together at all, but in this film I really think it did. It does come together, it blends, it's fun, the action is really well done, it's really well paced, it's well shot, some of the car chases are fantastic, just some in terms of their creativity and just in terms of how they're filmed. I think it was really well done. And the style of this film just really grabbed me. It really brought me in. I think you're going to be into this film kind of from the beginning, or you're not going to be, because it really sort of makes or breaks the film, but it is a lot of fun. There's a lot of really nice snappy dialogue. And it really just moves along at a good pace. There's some fun characters in here that are sort of supporting characters as well, that are just really nice. It's not without its flaws. I think the romance in this is a little bit weak. And, you know, Lily James' character makes some big decisions on very kind of little interaction with Baby that I think I didn't totally buy. But again, they were kind of a sweet couple and sort of the whirlwind nature of their romance. I did buy it, so I didn't really have a huge problem with that. That's kind of a quibble. Also, I think this film does suffer some depth by going for the substance isn't quite there because of the style. I think it is really style heavy, and so therefore you lose some depth in terms of the characters. They do try to give a bit of the backstory of Baby and a bit of the sort of what drives him, kind of where he's coming from, a little bit of depth to this character. You don't get a ton of it, and you don't need, I guess, that much. I would have liked a little bit more, given how much, obviously, the film focuses on him. But the style really outweighs everything here, and it is so cool, it is so clean, it's so slick, and I just thought it was incredibly well done overall. So, you know, I have a couple issues, but overall, like, the film's a lot of fun. It's well acted, really, from top to bottom. I didn't have an issue with really anyone in this film. I thought they all did very good jobs. They're very strong performances. John Hamm, in particular, I thought was really good in his. I've never really seen him in anything. I was never a big Mad Men person, so I thought he was kind of a standout here. So yeah, Baby Driver is a great film. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I had a lot of fun with this. I would definitely recommend you go see it. I think it's worth a shot for anybody to go to, and I don't think it's going to do that well, which is too bad, but it is really worth seeing. So yeah, leave a comment below. What did you think of Baby Driver, and what do you think of Edgar Wright's other films? They all have kind of a unique style to them, and do you like that style? Are you a fan of Edgar Wright's other work? So please like the video and subscribe to the channel for all things in hindsight.